Welcome to week 13 podcast. How's it going, everybody? I'm Sam. With us, we have Rob. How's it going, Rob?
Well, Sam, I still have to work for a living, so it's not going that damn good, but I'm happy to be doing this for a minute.
Yeah, a nice little break from life.
Hell to the yeah. Every time you think your fantasy football team sucks, just think you could go to work today.
Yeah,
You could be at work.
yeah. So
Like,
let's
yeah.
let's look at the standings here. Let's see who's. I can't believe it. 1 week left, right, for the regular season. So let's see
It
who's.
flew by, Sam.
Yeah, let's see who's still alive. So let's take a look at the conference one here. We have Belichick made at 8-5, Straight LA at 7-6, Dean Gray at 5-8, Wolfpack at 4-5, and then on the other division, the Heart Foundation 9-4, the Autumn Wind 7-6. You're welcome. And Kelly Cougars at 6-7, and Ninja Assassin at 3-10. Oof.
Yeah, but let's quickly give some love out to some guys here. First of all, Kelly Cougars, the desperate fight to get back to 500. He is playing. He's playing the game breaker here at the end of the year, like we love to have guys do. I mean, I'm not rooting for guys to get knocked out, but it's always nice when guys show up all the way through. And he's got a shot at 500. So much love to Kelly Cougars. Had a huge week last week. Sam, you did not. I have nothing good to say about your 3-10 team, and we are not going to allow you to talk about Aaron Rodgers, the cause for being that far under 500. Wolfpack, we barely knew you. Dean Gray at least gets him this week, which I know makes him happy. So now let's talk about the teams that matter. All right, so Heart Foundation, he's locked into the playoffs. Does not, I say this. He's got an Amazon probability rating of 117% of actually getting the first round bye, because the Amazon probability rating is for retards, but it's 99.9997. If somehow Belichick mate wins, which is, not unlikely, and picks up, what are we at, Sam? 248 points on him this week. It could be done, guys. Heart Foundation would fall to the number 2 seed. Aside from that, that's the only guarantee in the playoffs, man. Check it out, because Belichick, mate, you would think is looking pretty, but if he loses this week and Straight LA wins, well, then Straight LA bounces him, and you got Autumn Wind right down there, who's got more points than all of them. So this is a big week for these guys. So two of those three teams are going in, and man, that's a tough. We'll talk about that loss with Straight. That's a tough one for him this week, and a big one for Belichick, mate. And Autumn Wind, man, Autumn Wind finally, he's figured out he doesn't need 9 quarterbacks on the roster, in a league that only allows 3. And we love you, Adrian. And he's battling back, man. Look at that, 1842. But Cody, man, 2015, he's going to get that season high score too. And he's got the weekly high score. He's got the season high score. He does not have right now. I got the bad beat going to Mad Dog. I think in week I don't know. He's got like 180. We'll get this official, and then we have the large march still somehow, even with some of these blowouts, is Scott over Todd. So Scott just rubbing salt in Todd's wounds this year, man. All right, let's go into conference, the other conference, brother.
Yeah, let's go to conference 2. Degenerate Bastard at 9-4. The Gangrene at 8-5. The Bagger the Bat at 5-8. High Rollers at 4-9, and then the other division is El Oso Verde at 10-3. Savs at 7-6. New Denver at 6-7, and Mad Dog at 6-7.
All right, so now, to give some love one last time for these guys down here, Bagger Bat, that was a pitiful performance. High Rollers, that dude, we're going to talk about that because I'm not happy about that. I won, but this guy made me sweat. James Conner got 31 points, Sam.
Jeez.
31 points out of James Conner. I mean, it's just
What
Puka
is this, like
Nakua
4
runs
years
like an
ago?
80-yarder in there. I'm like, dude, Manny, what the hell? I mean, I'm sorry, you're correct. It is all about the coaching in Dallas, man. We were commenting on that on Thursday last week, so that was who was chiming in there. New Denver, huge win. We love you, New Denver, and at least I do. Savs may have a difference of opinion. And Mad Dog, well, he's still in there. That wasn't much of a week. He's the fact that dog, what you don't see here, that dog actually has one leg, Sam. It only has one leg propping it up right there.
Mm.
That's like literally Mad Dog's team this year. All right, now for the teams that matter. So we have a 100% guarantee of making it into the playoffs here by LO Silverity. We also have a 100% chance of making it in the playoffs by Degenerate Bastards. Obviously, this is really close because we have some massive games this week. We have two other teams, Gang Green and Savs. Now, Gang Green's got the leg up. He's at 8-5, sitting there with 1,890, and that's a big thing there because Savs down there at 7-6, 102 points behind. Actually, let's be real here. It's only 101.25 because that matters. He also has the tiebreaker on me. Unfortunately, or fortunately for fans of fantasy football, everybody get their popcorn, get on the couch, and go right to sleep watching these scores roll up this week. Gang Green plays Degenerate Bastards. LO Silverde plays Savs. So Savs has to stay alive. LO Silverde desperately trying to get that first round bye. Degenerate Bastards. LO Silverde gets it with a win or a loss by Degenerate Bastards. Gang Green gets in with a win or a loss by Savs. If Savs wins and Gang Green loses, we're coming down to points. And, it's not an impossible deal to pick up 101.25, Sam.
No, it's not. Wow. Man, it's a tight
not,
race. I mean...
Yeah. Oh, it's beautiful, man. It's beautiful. I mean, seriously, this conference. In all kidding aside, with the other four. I mean, this is a fun conference this year. We had the Bagger, the Bad, High Rollers, New Denver, Mad Dog. I mean, obviously, I had both my kids in there, and these guys didn't make it, but these are fine players. If I'm not mistaken, New Denver just won it last year, right? So every one of these guys is a ridiculously good player, and playing up at the top there with myself, and with Degenerate Bastards and El Silverde and Savs, it's been a lot of fun. So I'm curious to see after the season how much. So I think some people are going to kind of be a little more in love with the roster, and they're going, no, we won't, Rob, but I think they will because I think a little bit of. I think it kind of made you play GM a little bit this year. So this was a fun league, man, and a good time over here. So I'm of course hoping to win. That's highly unlikely, but I'm hoping to get in the playoffs. But if I don't, good luck to you, Savs, and everybody the rest of the way. All right.
All right. Yeah, that's a great rundown of the standings. Now let's go ahead and do the rundown of the games last week, Rob.
All right. Well, before we do that, let's throw a little love to my man Savs out there. Wishing you all our best wishes. I won't go into details. So let's just say that everybody say, Savs, you got brothers out here, and unfortunately, this is probably the only part of this podcast this week you're going to enjoy. And I would also like to remind everybody, pay your debt to the league. This is a 100% nonprofit league, except for when the commissioner actually gets lucky enough to win, like you other schleps out there. And so let's everybody get paid up here. You got a couple of weeks. I'll start applying monies for winnings next week, but let's pay. All right, you ready, Sam?
Let's go.
All right, brother. Straight LA Belichick, mate. Right off the bat, man. This is a brutal game. Belichick, mate. This was for the league going into the inning, man. And Belichick, mate, just even with that godforsaken 7 points out of Justin Herbert, man. 7. I don't know. Nolan and I almost came to blows over which game of the season was worse. But the funny thing is, they all involved the Patriots. We didn't actually almost come to blows over it. 6-0, 6-0. 6-0. That game was in the rain, Sam.
They're wasting Justin Herbert's skill there in the.
I don't know. I'm starting to wonder if Justin Herbert's skill might be overrated. I am not. Justin Herbert's a stud, but it's 6-0, Sam. Yeah. I mean, it makes you long for a Jets-Giants game. All right, it just.
Which did recently kind of happen, right? A few weeks ago.
And tell me it wasn't better than the West Coast team traveling out to play in the sleet in Boston. I mean, Bill Belichick has just gone ahead and sucked all the love out of it. I guess we should talk about the rest of the players in this game. Trevor Lawrence, it was beautiful until it wasn't. And he got his foot stepped on. I'm like, it's just, I have him on my team too. Christian McCaffrey, even in a week where Debo was just going wild, puts up 23. Mike Evans, comes through. DeAndre Hopkins, Kristen Olave, Sam Laporta, 25.5 effing points. Man.
Jeez.
That outscored, by the way, every tight end in this league all year long. I mean, go look at the stats right now. If you take them all combined, and I'm talking combined. Take combined scores of tight end, 25.5 more than all of them. You might have to remove Mark Andrews from that conversation. Other than that, no, I'm pretty sure 25. You guys go do the math yourself. David, man, straight LA, this isn't Dude, huge quarterback work. Jalen Hurts, Brock Purdy. I mean,
Hmm.
that's ugly, man. He's like,
Yeah,
you look at the scores right here and you go, Ramondre Stevenson, 1 point, and Nico, Nico. That's it. That's Nico over Jalen is the difference, Sam.
jeez.
That's it. That could be the whole season right there. We better move on, Sam. I mean, I'm not even second guessing it, dude. I mean, who knew Tank Dell was going down? I'd probably go Jalen. That's just a hard decision. I'm just, you got to point out, you're like, when you're sitting there looking at 32 and a half on your bench, and you're like, Rob, please stop talking. You're killing me, dude. I mean, it's brutal. So maybe you can get some love back this week. I mean, that Houston team continues to be interesting. All right, we spent the appropriate amount of time on that game. It was a great game. Belichick, mate, kudos to you. See if you can pull it through. All right, Wolfpack, Dean Gray. Well, these two teams played again. Dean Gray won again. Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs look like hot ass, don't they? And I don't mean like a hot ass. I mean, they look like hot ass. All right. So you're like, dude, seriously? I mean, can't I get a better hot dog than that? That was miserable. Austin Eckler, miserable. One effing point, Sam. One.
Mm.
But that's okay. On the other hand, we got all kinds of stuff. I mean, what the hell? Who the hell is Noah Brown?
Yeah. He was desperate to get a position and get some
Yeah,
points.
Who the hell is Noah Brown, Sam? Jordan Love showing up against the Chiefs. Derrick Henry, voice and concussion. Noah Brown, Christian Kirk. CeeDee Lamb looked good though. Dalton Kincaid back to the zeros for the tight ends.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Back to games that matter. Oh, it doesn't really matter, but it just kind of keeps Hard Foundation from going, I'm in. He knows he's in. He knows he's got the buy. He knows it's not happening. But there's just this little tick in the back of the brain going, I don't know, man. Damn it. I mean, I could score like 32 and he could go off for like 300. I mean, 300 has only been done like 3 times in our life in this league, and it would have to be that exact player, and it would have to be, 6 years ago when the rules were way more high scoring. Kelly Cougar's big one, 172, man. That's a nice week out of him. Playing hard. Geno Smith, 45 out of Geno Smith.
Wow.
How does Geno Smith good? Everybody saw that game coming, no punts, 38-35 last Thursday, right? No? Jeez. No, you didn't see that? Yeah. I dropped DK Metcalf like 2 minutes before the game for him to go off for like 50 points. It was beautiful. I'm like, yep. If you're not a complete asshole on the waiver wire, you're not trying. That was me that night. Oh God, I was like, you got to bite that. Bijan, nothing. Tank Dell hurt. Oh, it's ugly. George Pickens. Yeah, he can survive though. He's got guys. Look at that. He's got Devon Achane and James Conner. He can just run back in there, and just play 4 deep at the wide receiver. At the running back. Jordan Addison's back on. He had a lot of buys last night. Or a buy. God, man. No, his max was, he could have gotten the season high, Sam, 226.75. Kelly Cougars, what the hell kind of management is this? You're leaving all your points on the bench. Hard Foundation, we got another 4 weeks to talk about you, brother. We'll get back to you. All right, Autumn Wind, Ninja Assassin. Yeah. Autumn Wind. Sam, we're not talking about that team. Autumn Wind, however, man, what a monster week. Dak Tua. Joe Mixon, my hero. Isaiah, Ayuk, Ridley, Debo, dude. Debo. Huge.
Yeah, that was stacked this week.
So I think this is a little amusing, though. We're going to have to point this out real quick. So if I'm not mistaken, the Autumn Wind is a reference to the Mighty Raiders. I mean, I could be way off on this, although I'm not at all, of course, as everybody knows. And do I count 1, 2, 3 49ers on this team? So Autumn Wind has finally figured this out. The rule of the game is do not populate your team with Raiders and throw all allegiances aside. You're like, that's right. I'll ride the Denver Broncos all the way to the championship every year, man. I got no problem doing it, baby. I've done half of these days. 3 Niners on this team, Sam. 3. And a Chief even. Oh, my God. Autumn Wind, You're going to win it all.
Oh, there we
Lamar,
go.
he's got Lamar coming back. Hey, man, honestly, though, all kidding aside, if you look at this team, it's dangerous
Oh
going to the
yeah,
playoffs,
for
man.
sure.
If I'm the other teams, I'm hoping he gets beat this week because he's got Dak is playing better than anybody. And, he's got Dak and Lamar and Tua. Unfortunately, can only play two of them, but Jesus. God, man, hey, you're not going to get that on Mixon every week, but you are going to get Pacheco's just playing like a man possessed. It's getting good, man. Gangrene high rollers. All right, this game, Sam. Okay, let's just take a moment to just ponder this crap here. So I needed a win to get in, and I got it. I needed a win so bad that I picked up the Atlanta Falcons defense, and I needed them, Sam. I needed them. All right.
And they
I could have
showed
rolled the
up.
Niners out there.
No, no, they
They,
showed up for
they,
you.
I, they didn't really. If you watch the game, which I unfortunately did, at one point I almost went horse yelling at the TV, and I'm like, dude, I'm gonna have a stroke over the Atlanta Falcons game here. But like which one of you hasn't done it? Yeah, I mean, so a game I had to win. I don't play the Niners because I thought the Eagles might actually come to play. They didn't.
They did.
It's just some fine tackling out there by the Eagles last weekend. Yep. I dropped DK Metcalf right for the game, and anybody that wants to challenge me on that move can kiss my ass. DK hasn't done anything in
That's
like
true.
2 years.
Yep.
Just nothing. But then I'm like, dude, I missed the whole point where he wants to play in Dallas. And I literally thought that as the game's going. I'm all, how could I miss that? This guy wants to play for the Dallas Cowboys. So he shows up. I'm just like, dude, you know these things, Rob. All right. Anyway, let's look at it for a moment. Gangrene wins. He prevails. Trevor was playing great. Now he's hurt, but we don't know how hurt, which will just make it impossible to replace him or not. Dak Prescott, he's awesome. McCaffrey. I mean, my running backs are total golden. We won't discuss the wide receivers. I really don't even have any. High rollers, though. Let's just take a moment to marvel at this. 31 points out of James Conner, Sam. 31 points. There was a moment in that game on Saturday where I had just gotten back from the coast, and I watched James Conner, DeAndre Hopkins, and Amon-Ra St. Brown all score within a minute. Now, a run, I can deal with, okay? DeAndre hasn't done anything since his Houston days. And James Conner, I mean, really? James Conner?
Mhm.
Thank God, the Jets, even the Jets, and I'm telling you, that's why I was watching that Falcons game. I mean, it meant something. 131, Sam. This game wasn't that close in any, but Lord, it felt close. It felt close, Sam. I'm still trying to recover. Back at the bat, 97. All right, well, 99%. Michael, 191. It's probably good that he didn't spend the $5 on the tight end because it wasn't going to make a lick of difference. Michael is rolling. Look at that. One quarterback this week, too, Sam, and he puts up 191.
Yeah, yeah, and of course Debo, but
You're not going to
yeah.
get that every week, but I
No,
mean,
no.
even if you get 15, he's still coming in at 161, and I bet you Josh Allen can make up for that. What do you think?
Oh yeah, for sure. Uh, Josh Allen. Yeah,
It's
it's almost that time of year, right?
yeah.
But not yet. But anyways, yeah.
What where he gets all his points by running? Oh, and he gets to play the Chiefs this weekend in a week where I think if I count it correctly, they lost 31 guys and two Swifties in that game on Sunday night. So it was ugly. I'm a Degenerate's got a great team, man. I mean,
Yeah.
he's
Yes,
a
it
force
does.
of nature. There is a outside possibility we get a Brother Bowl, man. But there's some other teams might have say some. Speaking of Brother Bowls, Mad Dog 102. El Oso Verde has a great team as well, running
Hmm.
in there at. You're going to need to get a little bit better out of that quarterback position, though. Justin Herbert and Kyler Murray. It's like I don't know if they're going to have that many bad weeks. I'm just going to go out on a limb and envision that this is not what you were hoping for when you drafted Justin Herbert, where 7 point games,
Hmm.
right? This team, though, if you look at those quarterbacks, 2020, electric.
Yeah.
2021, man, you would have had to. You wouldn't have been able to get those two guys. No, you would have. You would have been able to get those two
Mhm.
guys on the same team. He's strong everywhere else up and down the
Yeah.
board. He's just, I mean, his wide receivers are what set this team apart, and it's just he's just stacked there. Jamar, Alvin Kamara. It's ugly. Tyreek Hill. Alvin Kamara is a running back. It's ugly, dude. Running backs. I don't know. He's in shouting distance. My running backs are better than his running backs. He can deal with it. He knows it too. He thought he had the running backs, but it turns out I do. I don't have anything else, but it turns out he's got those. Savs, 144.
That's tough. And
Ain't good
144
enough
to
against
lose.
New Denver, baby. New Denver's getting
Yeah.
great. I got a poster right now. Poster in my house in New Denver, hanging right here. Crucial must-win game for me. Tied up with Savs going in. I'm like, New Denver's got a decent team. I figure Sav's going to win that easy. Jalen Hurts and everything out there. He's going to roll with it. C.J. Stroud. But I know New Denver's got a good team.
Yeah, he does.
And
Look at those
yeah,
top. That 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Jeez.
fucking Rashad White, baby. You can't stop Rashad White. Where when you were taking Austin Eckler and Tony Pollard, man, and why weren't you just sitting around to week 11 to pick up Rashad White? Fools. People don't know what they're doing in this league, man. he was slow baiting them in there just so he could throw the upset, man. Why would you at this point, Rashad White, dude? I mean, it's disgraceful. Hey, 20 points. Joe Mixon, where did they dig him up from?
Hey, when your star QB goes down, somebody else got to step up.
Well, yeah, but it was a backup quarterback that stepped up, Sam. No, Mixon had a nice game. Russell Wilson. Why? Let's say why. Well,
They were the,
I mean,
they were the hottest team, and then they suck. They suck.
yeah, Sam, that's kind of like saying KFC has the hottest wings, right?
Hey, they do that.
Oh, dude, oh, yeah.
No.
You can't those wings at KFC, man. You win challenges with those things. All right, that's all I got for this. I think I have met everybody's entertainment goals for 1 week, brother.
Yeah, and like I said, it's coming down to the wire. For the games that matter, like just like you said earlier. So it'd be nice to see. Dude, Rob, I'm still making moves last week just to get a defense out there, man, and I'm out of the playoffs. Come on,
Yeah, everybody keep playing it to the ending. Remember, it could be you next year you're hoping for. So it's, I can't, it's just put a team out there. Yeah, definitely. So ride it out to the ending. Remember, there are some perks. You could get the large march against Sam.
You could, or I could get the high score, a weekly high score. You never know. Sorry, no.
I'm going to large march against Sam. It's much more probable.
Yeah. So, anyways, just like Rob said, make sure you get your payments into the league. And hey, keep making those moves. The teams that are still in it, but good luck to everybody that's still in it. You know what I mean?
Don't. Oh, and by the way, everybody, just a reminder: don't forget your Steelers and Patriots in tomorrow night's game.
Dude, I'm like just thinking ahead. I was like, I don't have anybody.
Yeah, man, yes. I hope I don't have any Steelers or Patriots on my team.
All right, folks. For Rob, I'm Sam. Good luck, everybody, this week. Thank you.
Thanks, Sam. Good luck, guys.